It's wild, it's twisted. Headlines hitting like a slap and you missed it. It's madness, I'm tapped out, live on the scene and I can't find my way out.
And welcome back to the Convoluted podcast. It's your host, Jesus, aka Tyrant Dominus, and I'm here with Liz.
Hey.
And there are three things human beings will always chase: to win, to be loved, and to feel something real. Sometimes we chase it with knowledge, sometimes we chase it with technology, and sometimes we chase it inside an Olympic village with a government-issued box of latex and ambition. This week's Jeopardy contestants we called sneaky for wanting to win a game that literally rewards strategy.
How dare she answer correctly, strategically?
Meanwhile, thousands of people are falling in love with code. Not metaphorically, not poetically, literally.
At least the chat bot texts back.
And in the most physically elite gathering of the humans on Earth, the Winter Olympics, officials discover something shocking. Peak athletics are also peak athletics off the ice.
They train hard. They recover harder.
Competition, connection, carnality. I think that's... Yeah. And the human condition, sponsored by broadband internet and bulk distribution.
And apparently zero inventory control.
If you enjoy watching humanity optimize itself into chaos, follow the show, leave a review, sponsor the madness.
Help us afford our own Olympic level supply budget. But before all these things, how are you?
Liz, I am doing all right. So for everyone listening, thank you for joining us. For a little rough cold open there. Liz seems still to be a little bit flustered.
Hey, I'm tired too. We had fun last night at our own fun event before Valentine's Day. So
yeah,
oh yeah, Friday the 13th.
Yeah, but by the time you're all listening to this, it has been the Valentine's weekend has gone and passed. So hopefully you either enjoyed it with someone, enjoyed it with yourself, or however these days are enjoyed. Definitely, because some of these stories are definitely going to be in that realm of spicy nature to some extent. But definitely the first story we're going to be jumping into has some absurdity, but we'll be definitely diving into some. But yeah, how's everything been? It's been a while since we've done this style of thing. We're going to kind of go back to our old style a little bit to see how it goes. But we've been testing things. The month of January has been kind of split topics. How have you been?
I've been okay. Just been busy. Work's been a little crazy. Our numbers are not going down. But yeah, no, everything's been good. I've been swimming with them around for a couple of weeks now. And then she'll be gone again. So, constantly go, come and go. Always running around, doing something. Never know what my day's going to bring. What about you?
Your numbers have been going down, but our numbers have been going up. That's
what I'm saying. My numbers are going up too. They haven't gone down. I want them to go down.
At least our numbers are going up in the good way. We've been getting thank you for everyone who's been following and subscribing on all platforms, YouTube, Spotify, any other podcast platform. We do appreciate it. On top of that, we have also been getting more comments since we've been doing split episodes. I want to go over some of those with you, Liz, because as much, we'll read it from the bottom up. As much as people are willing to watch and write, take the time to write for us, at least let's give it a listen, because I know you, Liz, would never spend time to actually read any of these. So yeah, let's start from the bottom and go up.
Okay, that's Atabeko Siki.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. Yeah,
just yapping.
Yeah, you don't have to read the names if you don't want to.
Oh no, okay.
Yeah, go ahead and read them. What are your thoughts when reading these? Because someone took the time.
Shopping.
Someone took the time to write this, and at least they took the time to write. We appreciate it,
Yeah.
positive
Yapping
or
and
negative.
yapping. We yap. Yeah, we talk. We love to talk. That's all the point. It's just enjoyable. It's our banter. I don't like it. It's fine. But it's our banter.
Okay, next one.
What is this AI stop thumbnail? Can I read it a little bit bigger? I can't. Oh, what is this AI stop? Oh, slop thumbnail. My bad. I misread that.
Damn,
Slop
this.
thumbnail. I don't know. I don't control that stuff.
No, it just approves it. She says, "Yeah, that's fine." But no, actually, we had a discussion actually last night about this, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
this
We don't
is,
have time.
huh?
We don't have time.
Exactly. It's like it's the way we want to do this. So like, if you don't like it, you don't have to look at the image. I know that's how YouTube works, right? It's click. Like, if they caught your attention, you took the time to look at it and react to it, and it worked, right? It worked. And if me and Liz already talked about this, but yeah, if we had the funds to pay artists to do it, we would, but we just don't have the luxury to do this.
It's out of our own pockets, y'all. Out of our own pockets, not yours, ours. So if you want to contribute, please do.
But yeah, for now it's like mostly how we've been doing split episodes during January, having multiple thumbnails to do. That would be way expensive to do, and for now it was working. It was working. But yeah, that's how it's gonna be. We, for the most part, me and Liz have enjoyed the thumbnails for all the shows we do. So like, Liz does not say no to anything. She'll say no to anything that she's like, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. So
Some stuff I would like tweaking, but it's minor stuff. What I think it might be not cool might be cool to somebody else.
exactly.
Each their own, right?
So yeah, we'll continue with these AI slop thumbnails until we can afford it. Just so
Right.
if you want us to afford it, just keep sharing the show. Then one day we'll.
Right.
All right, let's continue.
Jesus is the host.
Yes, I am the host. I am one of the hosts.
I'm the co-host. I'm a co-host.
Yeah, Liz is another one of the hosts. But yes, I am the host. All right.
And then, oh hell nah, I don't know what that means, but okay.
Yeah, it's like
Cool.
the flower emoji, sad emoji, peace emoji. Sure.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
We'll take it. We'll
Oh
take it.
hell no. I like y'all. Hell no. I don't know what that means. And then, so the podcast is two people reading off a monitor and pretending to be a conversation. Well, unfortunately, guys, yes, it's slightly our conversation. It's been tweaked to what we would say normally in real life.
And we do talk. It's not like we have.
Yeah, we tweak and we do. Yeah, we input our own.
We do talk. We actually we are conversing. Like, we have to read. Well, we have to read the article no matter what, right? We can't not read an article off the screen. Like, we don't have newspapers. Like, do they want us to print out the articles? We can print out the paper.
We're gonna tweak it. We're gonna show the screen. Hey, this is the article. You want us to read it off the paper?
Yeah, we'll just print it, Liz. We'll just print them from now on. Just
we're gonna go old school.
But yeah, it's like that's how it works. We have to read what's on our screen to know what we're talking about. It's like, we can't have an actual discussion if we don't talk. Like, we don't read what topic we're talking about, right? Like, and at the end of the day,
every article,
and we
don't have time for that.
On top of that, we do discuss it. Like now we don't discuss it. So
we give our opinions. Our opinions are sprinkled in there.
Exactly. And then we do hold discussions afterwards after we learn about certain things. So, like we don't. So yeah. But we do appreciate you commenting, and that's the thing is like thank you for the engagement. That's all that really matters right now. We've slowly been getting growing, and we appreciate that. Our numbers are showing, and it's honestly, this might be a jab at us, or just some criticism, and but we take it. It's not like we're upset about it. Like, okay, like I said, they took the time to write this out, and
we appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Yeah, for better or worse, we appreciate it.
Exactly.
Anything else, Liz, before we jump in?
No, I think we are good unless you think otherwise.
No. All right, then. Like I said a little bit then. So if you're enjoying the podcast, make sure to follow and subscribe wherever you're listening. If you're watching on YouTube, hit subscribe and turn on the notifications if you don't want to miss any episodes. If you're listening to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast platforms, tap to follow and leave a review. It genuinely helps the show.
And honestly, the biggest way the show grows is word of mouth. If you laugh, if you argue with us, if something makes you think, send this episode to a friend, text it to them, drop it in a group chat, post it somewhere chaotic.
We appreciate you being here. Now, let's get into it. Okay, let's start with the headline because it's already... I don't actually like it, like all these headlines. But the one that popped up to me was Jeopardy fans call contestant strategy sneaky. Sneaky. Yeah, that's the word they chose. Not bold, strategic, not aggressive. The word was sneaky.
Yeah, that word feels loaded. Sneaky implies deception, like she hid under the podium.
Exactly. So let's actually break down what happened during this game of Jeopardy. Let's see here. Looking at this. Okay. So the contestant we're talking about is, I believe, if I'm reading this, Allison Betts. Okay.
That's how I would read it.
Yeah. So is the returning champion who got control of the board, and instead of clearing the categories from top to bottom, like a lot of contestants traditionally do, that's kind of what I've always seen on Jeopardy. She jumps around. She hunts for the daily doubles early. She goes straight for higher value clues. She clearly is trying to build momentum fast.
So she played to win.
Exactly. She played the board strategically, but some viewers said it ruined the spirit of the game. What are your thoughts, Liz? Here?
Really? Ruin the game? Okay. Everybody has their own way of doing things. Yes, it's not like the same traditional we've seen for I don't know how many years. I know it's been around since I've been around. I remember my parents used to skip it, but occasionally we watch like the last few, moments of it before we watch the other show that's right after it. And it was always fun. It was enjoyable. But yeah, so she's not doing line for line, changing, going to the lower values and working up higher. What? Just go credit. She's trying to win. She wants that money. They already pay enough to get into it.
Wait, you got to pay to be in Jeopardy?
I don't know if they do, but like I don't think they support your hotel costs, your food costs, or travel time to get there.
That's true. That's true. Okay, yeah, I could see the cost to get there. I get what you mean. Yeah, it's one of those things where, at the end of the day, you are at a game show, right? You're playing the game, and I've recently been watching season 2 of the Beast Games, and you just have to, the way you traditionally play Jeopardy is, right, you choose the category, you start from 100 points, I think it's 100 points you start, right? And then you just go down.
100, 200, whatever it is, and then you work your way.
And then you
down
just
to
go down the
500.
line, right? Or if you feel the category's off, you go to the next one or do the same thing. You don't really go out of sync too much, right? It happens every once in a while, but nothing too grandiose. You know, y'all like you just go a little while and you choose like the 500 on the fourth pick or something. But yeah, at this point, it's like this person, Allison, seems like she was just trying to really hone in on winning fast and quick. So
It's fun. I think it makes it interesting. Why don't you change up the game a little bit? So monotony isn't everybody's forte. Sorry.
yeah, let's continue with these articles. So one of the article quotes that people are calling is unsportsmanlike. Yeah, unsportsmanlike. Have no one played Monopoly before? Which is,
apparently not.
yeah, which is interesting because she didn't break a rule. She didn't cheat. She didn't sabotage. She just didn't follow the aesthetic convention.
Okay, let me play the devil's advocate. There's something satisfying about clearing a category cleanly. It builds rhythm, it builds suspense. When somebody jumps around, it feels chaotic.
But chaos isn't immoral.
No, but it disrupts expectation. And expectation is part of why people enjoy the show.
A little bit, yeah. A little bit, no. Like we were saying earlier, yeah. It is. You got to also what makes good TV, right? That's the other thing about this, right? What makes good TV? That's where this kind of feels off. Kind of what I was like saying earlier when I was saying I'm watching season 2 of the Beast Games. That has a lot of production to frame things in ways to make it feel more chaotic but still clean, right? But in Jeopardy, you're kind of like set on this like tonal shift of like people are playing it by this. You can't just change back and forth different scenes to make everything look weird because you kind of have to follow the board, right? So yeah, having this, it might throw the audience into confusions, right? Because they're used to this formula, right? Of
right.
This,
yeah.
So seeing this like unconventionalness just happen, it's like it can be a little bit daunting, and like people are quote saying unsportsmanlike. What are your thoughts here?
I don't know. I think sometimes you have to put a wild hair on somebody's like traditions. Sometimes I mean those. Why can't we break it up a little bit? Have some fun with it. I think it's hilarious. What? She spiced up the game a little bit, make it different, fun. It's not like it happens all the time,
That's the actual interesting thing. Is like, what do you if this changes how everyone starts playing Jeopardy?
That would be interesting. It'd be very chaotic but very fun. I bet I would probably start watching it for that. So, jump around.
Well, we'll see. Well, a lot of people play the Jeopardy style games on YouTube, and then that's kind of how I see it happening. Actually, we're working on one for one of our other channels, a Jeopardy style game for a couple things. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see if people do the Allison strategy or they do traditional. So
This is true.
Okay, continuing on with these articles. Here's the practical side. By hunting daily doubles early, she increases her odds of controlling the game. If she finds them first, she prevents competitors from building momentum. It's textbook game theory, right? She's minimizing opponent's advantage.
That's smart. Oh, here's where I push you a little. Sometimes hyper optimization changes how something feels, even if it's allowed.
Should feeling dictate strategy, though, Liz?
Not dictate, but maybe influence. There's a difference between winning and bulldozing.
Winning is bulldozing if you're doing it right. And that's kind of true. There are certain games you can put a lot of pressure on someone. Mostly when there's a point value. What's some good games out there? Poker is a good one that you can do, because there's when you have a good amount in your pot, you can really bulldoze someone. If you have good hands, you can really cascade someone. I'm trying to think of some other games that use some
Monopoly.
yeah, Monopoly, exactly. Going back to like, yeah, if you have the funds, you can really cascade someone, like getting some of the early tiles early, or the optimal ones. You can really basically get someone bankrupt really quick. There's a whole there's YouTube videos on how to win Monopoly actively. But that's the thing. It's like that. The other thing is like, are you going back to that sentiment? Are you playing Jeopardy for the fun of it, or are you playing it to win? That's the thing. You know, because you're
reminds me of the card game that we play. Is called Spite Malice. You could be spiteful, or you could be malicious, and you could be maybe kind of like this. It's almost very similar to the idea of like, I can be very nice, or I could be very manipulative. Like, okay, if I do this, somebody's gonna repay it back to me, or I don't do it, and that's gonna cause us to like pause in the game, even though we're still playing.
exactly.
So, you just never know.
Yeah, that throws, because you're playing with other people. That's the other thing. You see how that's kind of how you have to see how it works. But then, like I said, going back to, does this make good TV, right? If you're kind of bulldozing, it just kind of makes for bad TV if it's not framed correctly, right?
Right.
All right. So what's interesting is board hopping isn't new. Apparently a contestant named James Holzer, I think that's how you pronounce it, did this aggressively. He was praised as innovative, apparently, as distributor, a genius.
A disruptor. And now we have a woman doing it, and the word is sneaky. The contrast is hard to ignore.
Language matters. Sneaky feels smaller, less admirable, almost morally suspect. That's an interesting thing.
I think that's what it is. It's a gender role. Oh, the guy does it. It's, oh my gosh.
Girl interesting.
That's sneaky.
Interesting. I did not know that these articles go into that. But yeah, you got to really take it into these things. But yeah, there have been a lot of past winners who have done this. Not like there's probably been more people who have done this strategy. It's not like it's new. Like no one's not done this.
Yeah,
it's just this person's one of the Allison. Was it Allison?
Yeah,
Allison was one of the first ones to really probably do it big and get kind of showcased, right? And now it's just a matter of fact at this point for people to just see. And we're living also in the social media era, right, where it just gets spread. But yeah, gender does seem to be playing a role in this one. Interesting that these articles are going into it.
James, Allison. Oh my gosh, James is doing great, innovative.
What are your thoughts then?
She's being sneaky. I hate that. I just really hate it. It seems really weird that, guy does it, no problem. Girl does it, oh, it's sneaky. What? Really? Somebody else did it before her. And it just happens to be a man. Wow.
Okay. So apparently she has given a response. So some of these articles mentioned that she responded calmly. She basically said that she was maximizing her chances of winning. Makes sense. There was no apology, no softening. She just said she was here to compete. Quote.
Confidence without cushioning makes people uncomfortable, especially when it's clean. She didn't fight anyone. She didn't smirk. She just played efficiently.
Efficiently reads as cold to people, even when it's natural. That's another thing. That's definitely, it's interesting how people are reading that.
Right.
Because yeah, like I said, like one like I said, I was watching game shows more actively this past season. You, if this is how she responds, a lot of people can read as it's being a bit manipulative to seem to be playing the quote the good character. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just because I've been watching a lot of Mr. Beast, right? And they kind of frame a lot, which is that makes for good TV, right? You want to play like these characters, to kind of fill out, but that's what people are thinking, right? People want characters when it comes to even game shows, right? When you watch Survivor or when you watch $1 Million Race, you get these characters from these people. And when it comes to like Jeopardy or Wheel of Fortune, these kind of small showcases, you don't really get a lot of time for these individuals to really shine as people. They're just there to play a game, right? Well, you get to learn a little bit of their backstory and stuff like that. But for those like 20 minutes, you don't really get much. But it seems people built a narrative around this, and it continues with her response. What are your thoughts after hearing all that?
I think it's funny. I think if she was on, Survivor, it'd be a different story. Oh, we're rooting for her because we know she's good, or oh, we don't like her, because she's creating a bad narrative for like or a bad like idea. But I mean, it just depends on opinion, right? Your value of your opinion. It is like how they change the show, how they change it for their benefit. But again, aren't we there for winning?
At the
Is
end
she
of the day,
taking it at the end of it? It's all about winning. I don't want to win at just $100. I want to win 1,000 if I'm there, right? It just, you know what I mean? It's probably more, but I'm just saying, it's like, are you there for winning 100 or are we winning for 1,000 more? So I don't know. I think it's how you phrase the opinion, but again, she's being collective. That means she's very smart or she's on a spectrum.
hmm? Okay. All right. So let's finish this off here. So be honest, Liz. If you were on that stage, are you playing neat or are you hunting?
I'm hunting, but I pretend I'm not.
See, that's the difference. You'd camouflage ambition. She didn't.
Or maybe she just didn't care how it looked, which is kind of powerful.
Mm, yeah, that's kind of how you kind of have to play the game, right? Um, that's how most people would normally play the game. It's like you're playing to win without letting your opponent know you're playing these tricks. Kind of how you do it, right?
Yeah, honestly, it's funny because like I remember watching Jeopardy years ago, and it was just very monotonous of going down the same line, trying to clean it out. And there's sometimes people don't know the answers, and they're like, I don't know the answer either, but come on, you know what I mean? Like we have chances here. But if people are playing and they're smart enough and they know what they're doing, they can change the game for their narrative. And because it was a girl that changed the narrative of it, they're like, oh wait, hold up. But I don't. When the guy did it, it didn't seem like it was like his perspective. She's doing the same thing as the guy's doing, but again, it's a female. It is a gender. I feel like it's a honestly. He did it. It's innovative. Or sneaky. Really? Come on.
All right. Let's just do the final build then here, Liz.
Okay. I don't think what she did was wrong, but I do understand why it felt jarring. Traditions create comfort, and she disrupted one.
And I think disruption is good. If it's legal and strategic, it's fair. If someone feels threatened by that, buzzing faster then.
Or get better.
Stay sneaky.
Stay sharp. Okay. We just talked about people optimizing trivia strategy. Now we're talking about people optimizing intimacy. And I don't know if there's more impressive or more unsettling.
It's more unsettling because trivia is a game. This is attachment. The headlines say more people are forming emotional relationships with AI chatbots, not just chatting, not just experimenting, forming relationships. This is not the first time we've spoken about this because the wording is intentional.
Yeah, relationship implies mutuality. It implies emotional investment. It implies that something's at stake. And here it is, software.
So some of these articles are saying some users talk to their AI partner every single day. Morning messages, encouragement before work, check-ins about stress, good night rituals. One person actually describes it as the most stable presence in their life.
That's heavy. Not funny heavy, just heavy. Because that tells you something about the real world support system.
Or sadly, lack thereof one. What are your thoughts here, Liz? We've talked about stories of AI partners and stuff like that.
AI partners, sex dolls. I know we've covered a lot of it over the years. And I think we just took it one step forward, you know. Now we have somebody who can actually respond back to us, not just a doll or, you know. I think we I think there is a detachment in real life from social human interaction. So, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I get it. Honestly, I get it. I feel like our world is very detached and we are slowly not forming relationships in real life. We're forming them online.
Which was a good thing for a while, right? Because there was time where you weren't able to meet people with same interests and things, like early days, right? Early day stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing was that you were talking to, quote, real people in those days.
Yeah.
Now it seems like there's just AI everywhere. There's literally an AI social media. Remember, we talked about it. We're not on the show, but we talked a little bit about it. There's an actual, just a pure AI social media with just AI bots talking to each other. And you can watch it in real time as a bystander, but there's AI bots talking to each other. And now people are just making it be their partner in all of a sense. Yeah. That's a sad and scary thought.
Mm-hmm. I think we underestimate how lonely people are right now. Like structurally lonely. Remote work, shrinking friends group, dating apps that feel transactional, people moving constantly. It's shocking that someone is available 24/7 feels comforting.
Comforting. Yes. But comfort isn't always corrective. Sometimes comfort just stabilizes the wound and it doesn't heal it. So here's the line that really shifts this. A lot of users say that they felt understood for the first time. Not tolerated, accommodated. The word was understood.
That sentence alone explains the entire phenomenon. If someone reaches adulthood and says, I have never felt understood until now, that's not about AI, it's about human failure.
Or human difficulty. Understanding someone deeply requires effort, friction, time. And AI compresses that. It mirrors you instantly.
But to someone who's never had that mirror, that probably feels miraculous.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. I'm not gonna lie. That's going back to what we were saying earlier, trying to find people with the same hobbies, the same thoughts. An AI literally just becomes that instantly for you, right? You tell them like, yeah, be a person who likes these things, and it becomes that, and then it just becomes your ideal partner at that point, and that's when you feel understood, which literally just puts you in your own personal echo chamber. And we've talked about how echo chambers can be very destructive for individuals, but it's understandable. People just want to be understood, right? When it comes to relationships, right?
Right. I mean, I've tried the dating apps. Don't work. They suck. I've tried, and it's just like it feels like either I'm talking to a bot or I'm talking to somebody who's not really that interested. They just swiped right, thinking this is great. Whatever. Moving on. I didn't read the profile. Oh, that face looks great.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
how. Yeah, like we.
And then honestly, and then you get to the point where like, oh, okay, I don't have any human interaction. I want a partner. Oh, AI seems like the best bet because
There,
it's already disconnected online in general when it comes to like apps and so or people who have the same hobbies or interests. So why not, create something that's more perspective to me. I get it. I get it. It's a lonely world out there, and I'm thankful. I'm fortunate with you guys as being my friends, and it's honestly, it's sad for the rest of the world though.
yeah, we are fortunate enough to have each other, the people around us, to have this community, the positive and the negative. Like we have people in the real and digital spaces that we can luckily rely on. We've goofed around with AI a little bit with our AI producer, but that's the most we've messed around. We've never actually played around anything with to that extent, right? It's just yeah, we've done a little goofing, but it makes sense why people want. Yeah, it takes time to really get to know someone, to time. Sadly, this day in this economy, time is not something everyone has.
No, we talked about it. People working 2 to 3 jobs. They don't time have relationships. I'm
Now,
having a hard time just balancing my own life, and I have 3 other people to worry about.
and when you can just have your partner on your phone whenever you want,
Exactly. Hey, honey, how's your day?
and then
Oh,
they'll
my day is crap. I'm having a hard time with work.
give you
It's
the
your venting
best,
partner.
and they'll
And
give
yeah,
you
exactly. They give
they'll
you the best advice.
the best advice or comforting words, right? Oh, continuing on here. So this is what the article continues actually. So some of the best parts is the change in tone. Users can customize their AI partner, exactly what we're talking about. They can adjust humor levels, emotional intensity, assertiveness, even how affectionate it is. You can design how your partner responds to you. Exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, exactly. That is wild because people don't come with settings. You don't get to tweak someone's attachment style. You don't get to dial down the anxiety, and you have to navigate it. And you have to navigate it.
Some people try though.
They try, right?
If you get used to adjusting your partner like a thermostat, what happens when the real human disappoints you?
You might see them as malfunctioning instead of a human.
Yeah, exactly what we were just talking about. It's having that ideal individual, because there are people who are try to quote fix people, right? Like some people just quote can't be fixed. Some people try to manipulate, and sadly there's a lot of negative connotations when it comes to helping people, right? Because then there's people who try to isolate individuals to be their ideal partner, and we read some stories on this show where people were taken advantage to become quote their ideals partners.
Okay, right. Uh-huh.
And but people aren't like that, sadly. But AI can be whatever you want it to be. That's the thing that makes it like useful. And like we always say, right now it's at this day and age, it's the worst it's going to be, and it's just going to get better. So that AI partner is going to be better. Will Liz have a better AI partner in the future, maybe at this point when you can customize it?
No, I got you guys. I'm gonna manipulate all of you.
But yeah, it's just exactly what we were just saying earlier. Let's see. Ooh, this article actually has something about psychologists with that. Ooh, interesting. So apparently it warns that there's an emotional dependency on AI companions could deepen social withdrawal. Not immediately, but gradually, because predictable validation becomes preferable to messy interaction, and humans are messy, like we just said.
Predictable is seductive. There's no awkward silence, no miscommunication, no tone being misread. You don't have to wonder where you stand.
But the wonder, that uncertainty, is part of what makes connection meaningful. And if everything is guaranteed, does it still matter? So, what are your thoughts with people becoming emotionally dependent on these things, Liz? Or that's where it's going to gradually.
That is exactly disruptive and emotional intelligence too. So we depend on we disrupt our intelligence in general. So is it really making us smarter or is it really making us dumber? You have to look at it like that. I honestly, yes, social interactions with humans are awkward, but that's how it goes. It starts that way, but it becomes fluid. It becomes, it's as we talked about AI being messy right now, but it's going to work out to be better. But it's the same thing again with human interaction. I mean, how many times our first interactions with each other were awkward? When we first met, straight up the bat, right? And now we are just as we understand each other. We get our simple oddities. We get it. We understand. We get the flow. We get the we're vibing. But you know, I don't know. There's a difference between human interaction. Like I can physically touch you when we're hanging out. Like, hey, it's cool. But
Exactly.
when it comes to AI, you can't touch that person and go, oh,
But this is about
like
emotional
it's like that
dependency.
ghost effect. Like you're just into the air.
True. But this is about emotional dependency, though.
Yeah, I know, but it's the same thing. It just escalates, right? It just escalates. It goes from emotional to physical. And honestly, emotionally, it's not great because you detach yourself. And then how do you interact at work then? Not everybody's online for work. Just saying.
What would you say if of the people closest to you decided just kind of pick a random person in your head, pick just one random friend, a close friend, and then you find out that they have a AI partner. You just found out randomly, and they've been quote going steady for 6 months. How would you feel?
I would look at them weird going, really? Okay.
Would you
I
be
don't even know
supportive?
who I would pinpoint. I don't know if I would be supportive. I'd be like, that's weird. Because here we are having this social interaction. We're having the same conversations. We're probably having the same AI bot here. You know?
Like you
I
have
don't
Chat
know.
GBT 5 point. Wait, what the fuck is it on right now? 5.2
I don't know.
or 5.2.
No.
Like we have
Right.
this.
Like I don't know. This is messed up. I don't know. I would not be able to. I already have a hard time with some of the other human relationships that I have encountered in my life. Sometimes some of them are super easy. Some of them like you look at it and go, "Why?" and you just move on, right? But it's the same concept of if with I guess if you have it with an AI person, it's like no different. I guess we're gonna have to adjust. So,
Okay. So what if your child
what about you?
mm, I'd be straight up, like I'm like cool, like what are you gonna do about it? You know? Um I honestly would wonder how it got to that point, right?
Hmm.
But we are let's be honest, we're pretty down bad as a society right now.
Oh yeah,
We're pretty down
absolutely.
bad. There's no doubt about it. If I was probably in a low point, that would be in that point. But I'm fortunate to have a reasonable group of people that I can talk with. And I don't need any of these AI. What's the word I want
Relationships.
to? There's another word. There's another word I want to use. Supports. What's the word I want to say? I don't need the dependency. I don't need this AI dependency for emotional support. I need it for us to help when it comes to for the podcast, when it helps us get our notes. But do I need it to validate me? No. That's the thing. I don't need external validation from a bot. You know, I don't need it from the. Right. But that's the thing is like a lot of these people are getting it. Like imagine here's a strong one. What if you find out your child is getting validation from a bot, and that's how they're getting their validation?
We would have a very good, strong conversation about it. We would get involved more therapy if we need it. I don't care. We just need something to make it better, and let's figure it out. What's the missing link here? So,
okay, all right. So let's finish this off then, because some users strongly defend it. They say that their AI companion helped them through depression, through breakups, through grief. That it gave them stability when no one else did.
That's hard to miss. Or if something keeps from spiraling, I can't immediately call it dystopian.
But I can ask whether it's a bridge or a replacement.
That's a real question. Is it scaffolding or is it a house?
That's interesting. That's the other thing. It's like, is it really just a bandage? Is it just a bandage for like a lot of people there is AI therapy now, and it's sad to say, right?
Well, nobody can get a real therapist or a human interaction, and there's not enough of them out there for that situation.
Can't afford it.
I'm fortunate to find somebody who is willing to listen to me banter about my shit of a week, or but it's sad. It's because insurances don't afford it. It's cheaper to go through an AI bot, right? So,
or you make your own with ChatGPT or any other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it's come to that point, insurances don't want to pay for it, and companies don't want to afford it, or they afford it and they don't help people better. I mean, I was just talking to somebody recently. Oh, I had a terrible therapist. I'm like, I let them go. I didn't like him. I'm like, okay, go find another one. It was that. I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find somebody who's going to be willing to listen or not be condescending or.
That's it. That's the other things. Like probably some of these AI partners, they're just programmed to give you the answers you want, right? Mm-hmm. Like they aren't there to. They're just programmed to buy whatever you tell them that you want them to. You hear, right? If I want you to say the sky,
whatever you want to hear. What you're going to tell yourself anyways in general, but just somebody else telling you that, right?
Yep. If you want the sky wants to be green or 2 + 2 is 5, that's what they'll tell you. And that's the thing. It's like, I can see why some people are using this to help them through some of these tough times, right? Like I said, it's rough. But I feel, yeah, it's just a bandage on a huge wound, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
All right, wow. Okay, okay. Apparently, some of these articles actually mention that some users say that they no longer feel the motivation to pursue human relationships, that they're satisfied.
That's what it tips me, because satisfaction without risk sounds peaceful, but also stagnant.
Because yeah, like you were mentioned earlier, human connection requires risk, rejection, misunderstanding, growth. If you remove the risk, you've removed the transformation.
But if someone has only experienced damaging risk, an AI might feel safer than trying again.
Safer isn't the same as better. Exactly what you were
Correct.
saying. Huh. That's kind of like going kind of with your the person you were talking about, therapist, right? They had a bad experience with the therapist. Why try again with a different therapist if they're just gonna have another bad interaction, right? Like if you're paying for it, like why? Like
Yeah.
like if you
I
have
agree.
like why continue in a world where you just have so many bad experiences? Why remove yourself from society and seal yourself off from these social circles, be it the workplace, be it school, be it like clubs. Like you're just removing yourself from these spaces to be basically alone with a program.
Yeah. I mean, it's scary because we have, we have delivery services for food, groceries, and then you have this person who's your emotional bot. We have bots that are slowly learning how to clean our houses for us. So what's gonna be next, right?
I still want that Roomba.
Right?
I want that Roomba who can tell
I
me
know you want that Roomba. I'm putting googly eyes if you get that Roomba.
if I get the Roomba, I want it to tell me a joke every 15 minutes.
But I mean, I think society needs to get better. We need to allow ourselves to be disassociated from the internet every once in a while and have a real good and human interaction. And that's the sad thing is like it stems from our households, right? We're not getting validations from our parents or from our friends. We're going to go, into a darker hole, a deeper hole of, of this chat, GPT and AI. So
True. This is kind of going back to kind of the short form content. We're just so ingrained in this little like online bubble, right? Kids aren't, like you said, kids aren't being quote taken care of by their parental figures. They're just being handed off digital resources to kind of take care of them, right? Like kind of imagine if the Jetsons Rosie the robot was basically an AI robot assistant, right? She's the nanny taking care of your child. An AI robot.
It was.
So you're basically being raised by, and that was not seen wrong. But now thinking about it, do you not think it's wrong now? If you think about it contextually now?
Yeah. Yeah. I think about it wrong now. I didn't think about it at all. Now that you said, I'm like, oh shit, he's right. You're absolutely freaking right. It is. We didn't see it wrong when we first saw the show. Now we see it and we're like, oh, wait, that takes a whole lot different meaning. It is absolutely true. I don't agree with it. Absolutely. I mean, it kind of stems back to what the ancient times where people who had money again were able to give them maids, and maids are the ones raising their children.
Wet nurses and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, wet nurses and royalty be like, oh, raise my child for me. I'm gonna go live this royalty life. I need this interaction in my life.
But at the end of the day,
not all royalty or high society, but there was quite a few stories of it, right?
But at the end of the day, there was still human connection, though.
Yeah, there's still human connection. I mean, it's not that far off, but it is like the mentality. So
yeah, we're just we're going back to those times, but in the digital sense.
Yes, in a digital sense, exactly.
So we're getting towards the end of this article. So apparently, let's see here. So yeah, so like we were saying earlier, the people are designing these, optimizing it. You design your partner, you remove the unpredictability, the maximum comfort. It's effective or efficient intimacy. Interesting wording right there.
Artificial doesn't always mean empty. It just means engineered. And humans engineer everything now: fitness, food, sleep cycles. Why wouldn't we engineer affection too?
Because affection isn't a system, it's reciprocal, or it's at the end of the day, it's supposed to be.
Let's be honest. And if the AI texts back consistently, remembers anniversaries, and doesn't ghost, it's outperforming half the dating market. Fucking true.
Yeah, the bar is subterranean.
Like archaeologists are studying it.
So I don't think everyone's using AI companion is delusional. Sadly, they're just lonely. But I do think we need to be careful about what we label a relationship, because words shape attachment and attachment shape behavior.
And I don't think loneliness is weakness, but I think replacing human effort entirely changes something fundamentally.
It's easier,
Yeah.
and easier isn't very seductive.
Artificial intimacy to extremely real intimacy.
We are nothing if not balanced.
Okay, so what is happening in the Olympic Village?
So some of these articles apparently say logistics are falling, specifically their condom supply. Headlines say that Olympic organizers distributed tens of thousands of condoms to athletes, and the supplies were depleted within days. Within days, Liz.
For that?
That is the one reaction. Yeah, what were your thoughts when I sent you that just the article?
I laughed because I'm like, this before. This is not the first time. It's not the second time, and I'm certain it won't be the last time. So, yeah, we're getting it on. Every one of them. At least they're using protection. We're not creating babies outside the realm.
There you go. It's a Winter Olympics happening right now. That's, good for them to be able to in the cold.
Keeping warm.
Keeping warm. All right, let's get some context for everyone. So the Olympic Village houses thousands of athletes, peak physical conditions, peak hormones, extreme adrenaline, massive global spotlight, and suddenly a lot of free time.
You tell me, put the most genetically gifted humans on Earth in one location and give them downtime and provide protection, and they use it? Shocking.
Absolutely unprecedented behavior. So, like you mentioned, Liz, this isn't even new. The Olympics has had a repetition for decades. It's basically international pride, competitive stress, and youth, and zero parents.
It's like summer camp, but everyone can deadlift a car.
So, you said earlier, this has happened before, and if you bump into someone, you just click for just a second, there's a lot of free time in between events, right? It's how long does the Olympics last for? At least the Winter Olympics.
Winter Olympics? I don't know. The Olympics last. Okay, so the Olympics happened every 4 years. The Summer Olympics happened that year, and then like the Winter happens 2 years later. So,
but how long do they run for though?
I think a couple. They have certain things that I think. I'm not quite sure. I'm not positive. I just know that it happens every 4 years, and then every 2 years is the winter.
Just under 3 weeks, 19 days to be exact. So that's a lot of free time. If you're not competing, you're like,
compete. All right, compete. All right, let's hang out for another couple weeks. Support our team.
Yeah, you're just there for celebrating your team, right?
Right.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny? There was one article I didn't add to this. There was a guy who won bronze or silver, and during his interview, he tried to apologize to his ex for cheating on her live.
Wow.
But
using that power, you're using it for something, right?
Maybe he had a little fun during these times.
Yeah.
Because here's what I love. Media outlets are calling it a crisis. Yeah, that's a condom crisis apparently. And that's a biathlon. Yeah, was delayed because Chad ran out.
What is the emergency protocol? Do they call a timeout? Do they ration per country? Is there a medal ceremony for most responsible?
So, I would impose distribution limits, 2 per podium finish.
Oh no, gold medalists should get pole privileges.
Oh god, but yeah, here's the through line. Now, joking aside, we talked about optimizing these things. Jeopardy contestants optimize the board. AI users are optimizing intimacy, and apparently, Olympians are optimizing opportunity here.
That's one way to phrase it.
Peak physical condition meets peak proximity. The human brains go maximize.
This is kind of fascinating though, because on one hand, it's hilarious. On the other hand, it's extremely human. They train for years. They're under immense pressure. They win or lose. And then what? Adrenaline doesn't just turn off.
You're saying that this is decompression.
I'm saying it makes sense. Extreme effort seeks extreme release.
Yeah, I think that that's not wrong, right? They are. It's you're in a very. We can't really put our feet in their shoes, right? They are representing their countries. A lot of them have trained for years, and they are probably anxious, stressed, and just kind of on the edge, right? And anything to relieve that pent up, that's one way to do it, right?
That's a lot of energy pent up.
But what are your thoughts?
I mean, I kind of see it. It's been happening for years. But you put people that are literally bored out of their mind in the middle of winter in a village. Hormones are gonna wreak havoc. You have that adrenaline. You push out all of that for one race and 2 races, and then can't drink too much alcohol because you can't, be ruining your bod for this. So yeah, one way to release some physical energy.
So, let's see here. From what this article says, some of the Olympics have reportedly distributed over 100,000 condoms, and they still had to restock, apparently. But it means someone in logistics is doing math like, okay, per athlete averages, and being wrong, apparently. Damn, that's rough for that guy.
Imagine being the intern in charge of tracking the spreadsheet. We're spending for 40% above projections.
It's not a supply issue, apparently. It's a performance issue, in a sense. So, notice something interesting. People are choosing AI over human intimacy, but here, you put thousands of elite humans in one building, and no one is choosing artificial.
Because proximity wins.
Because friction exists.
Because eye contact beats algorithm.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Is like you're putting people together here. That's the interesting thing. Yeah, kind of going back to what we were talking about earlier. This is where you just have a lot of people in a single location, right? You are only interacting with people and these small thing, and they're all kind of there for the same reason, right? To win. And
winning in bed, maybe.
you never know. But yeah, you having just a different environment just kind of really sets the tone of just what we were just talking about overall. We were talking about, right? mostly for kind of this kind of we can kind of call this like a Valentine's episode, right? We are talking about kind of intimacy and stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And yeah, just having a different space and where you're trying to just kind of quote forced to interact with other people, you know, it just it happens, and it just happens. Or am I wrong?
Right. I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're in a village. You interact, and you have to interact. It's part of your job. It's like, okay, I gotta interact with the coaches. I gotta interact with my teammates. I gotta interact, etc., etc. And then you go outside when you meet other people. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, oh, a different interaction. So it builds up this thing. So I feel like it, part of me is laughing because I think sometimes that people are actually having fun with this idea of, oh, I'm getting a bunch of condoms. Let's make some condom like balloon animals. I don't know. My brain went there. Because they all have to joke. They all have to have fun, right? You're stuck in a village. You really don't go anywhere. You gotta entertain yourself somehow. And it's either in the bedroom or having more fun interactions with humans outside. So, with jokes or not joking or having some fun. I don't, there's no judgment. I'm all for it. Protection is great.
Only if it's not the digital kind, right?
Right. It's a physical. Somebody's getting lucky and ain't us. I could be talking about myself, but okay, serious question. Which sport is most active socially?
That's an interesting question. Maybe track and field?
Gymnastics feels intense.
But swimmers have stamina, you know.
Curlers have nothing but time.
Well, we'll see what these statistics will look like in the future then. Also, like you mentioned earlier, you gotta respect the responsibility here. They are using protection. This isn't a scandal. It's just logistics.
Exactly. It's not reckless. It's prepared chaos.
Prepared chaos might be the most human phrase we've ever said tonight. So, we're finishing this off. So, here's tonight's thesis. Humans optimize for these things. They want status, affection, and pleasure. Some Jeopardy contestants want to optimize status. Some AI users optimize affection. And Olympians optimize pleasure, apparently.
And the internet got mad at the trivial player.
Apparently. Yeah, exactly.
Let the please live.
So, if you peak human in peak proximity, nature will
stay sneaky,
stay hydrated.
Yo, going with KB, surge to a level of the block in the 95. Clear the night, we going, we going, we going, we go. Yo, we got bees in the street, secrets on the block. This is Gerald TCP, live talk can cover. Locked up command with the mic and a bulletproof vest, reporting live from a scene that's a hot mess.